Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Crack That, turning problems into solutions. This is me Priyasha Das, and today in this video we're gonna concentrate upon GDPI because last poll डाला था and GDPI और TISSNET के बीच में बहुत close competition था. So this video will talk about both of it, but primarily on GDPI. So in the PI rounds, see you will be finding multiple videos, like tons of videos on YouTube and other places where people will be giving you tips for PI and tips for GD. But now this video is slightly different because this is not just a tip or a trick video, but this is more of a real-time experience video, and at the same time something which we are also currently learning as interviewers. So this is manipulation technique which I'm going to tell you, which when I learned in the class, I then realized that during my PI also they were using these kind of manipulation techniques to change my answers and see how what kind of a personality I am. Am I getting flowed by their thoughts or am I resisting what I said? So things like that. So in this video, primarily we'll be talking about the manipulation techniques used by the panelists. But before that, I have a great and exciting news for all my followers and the cat aspirants out there. You must have seen me earlier promoting the batches and the tests of Unacademy, right? But recently I got an opportunity to connect with the backend team and सारी expert panel वालों से मेरी बात हुई, and I was so excited to know their vision and approach that they have to help the students to realize their MBA dreams. And I was really happy that the way they are working out and preparing content and courses is really worth it. So I also want to tell you about the brilliant performance of the CAT aspirants in CAT 2022 who were the Unacademy learners. There were 75 Unacademy learners who got more than 99 percentile. Yeah, this is a very big number that there was more than 75 plus people. And if I just quote the people who got more than 98 percentile, then the number goes high to 110 plus. So with extreme pride, I would like to announce that I will also be a part of the Unacademy CAT team and will work hand in hand with them to curate the best courses to help you achieve your MBA dream. And don't worry about anything, whether the classes will be on Unacademy, on my platform, or any platform. I'll be keeping you updated on all the things. And this brings me to a very important notification that I will be coming live tomorrow, that is on Monday, and 10 p.m. on this channel, which is called as Let's Crack Verbal A to Z. This is a channel of Unacademy guys. तो आप इस चैनल को जाकर सब्सक्राइब कर सकते हो. वहां पे 10 p.m. में मैं लाइव आने वाली हूँ and I will be discussing the 1 month strategy for TISSNET. So TISSNET को अगर 1 month में क्रैक करना है तो हमें क्या क्या फॉलो करना होगा. And don't worry, TISSNET is considered to be an easy examination. So हो सकता है कि बहुत लोग उसको हल्के में भी ले लेते हैं. But what are the mistakes which you should avoid and the things which you should keep in mind during your preparation for the last 1 month to TISSNET will be discussed tomorrow at 10 p.m. So I'll be sharing the link with you people shortly on the Telegram group as well as YouTube and Instagram. And one very essential thing which I'll be doing is that I will be putting the link in the description box for this channel so that you can be notified whenever I come live on that channel. Okay, with this, we'll quickly move on to our video today, that is manipulation techniques used by the panelists. So over here, I have some certain things which people in the panel, like the interview panel, do. Okay, and this is applicable to everyone. It's not just for the MBA interviews, but it is being used in every interview, job interview, or whatsoever. So we'll deal with these techniques and we'll see that what techniques they use. Why am I discussing this is very important in the beginning of the day. I am discussing it because if you're aware of this technique, you will not fall in the trap. कई बार क्या होता है कि हमें पता ही नहीं है कि सर हम पर जनरली कोई ट्रैप फेंक रहे हैं या फिर वो हमसे नॉर्मली बात कर रहे हैं. सो व्हाट हैपेंस वी गेट कैरिड अवे. बट इफ यू नो द कॉमन टेक्निक्स, दैट इज द फर्स्ट एंड द बेस्ट वे ऑफ सेविंग योरसेल्फ फ्रॉम falling into the trap laid by the panelists. So let's start with the very first and the very interesting one, okay, which is something which I have been using a lot, okay, in my videos also. I don't use this manipulating strategy. I have told you about this term. This term is called as gaslighting. तो जो लोगों ने मेरी I think I remember the last time I used it was in the current affairs static GK video. So the ones who have seen that would know the term gaslighting. Now, what is gaslighting? Now, this is when people try to question your thoughts and perceptions and the reality of it. For example, suppose I'll just give you a quick example of gaslighting. Gaslighting में ये हो सकता है कि आपको कोई questions पूछे गए regarding any such thing, like let's say that आपको क्या लगता है कि कितने seats और होने चाहिए एमबीए में, या फिर currently अभी आपको, okay, this can be a question, okay, like currently how many BM seats are being offered by any college you're sitting for, or anything such as that. So if these type of questions are asked and you have read it somewhere that it recently got increased, so you tell the correct number, now they will start questioning your sanity. And how will you understand that? Please pay attention. Is it? अच्छा, आपको ये सही लगता है? Are you sure? They will start asking you like this. They will start asking you whether or questioning you whether you are right or wrong. और ऐसा जब भी होता है ना, सामने वाला हमेशा फीका पड़ जाता है, and he starts thinking that oh my god, मैंने कुछ गलत तो नहीं बोल दिया. And it's quite common, okay, until and unless I knew that this is called as gaslighting and this is a manipulation technique, I also felt in the trap every time. Whenever I used to say something to anyone and someone used to cross question, is it really? I used to think and say, yeah. But once I've got this idea and I'm sure that I've read it somewhere, I with full confidence say that yes, sir, I have read it somewhere. And I have a short, important thing for you. Imagine that you are in a situation जहां आपने कहीं पढ़ा तो था बट आपको याद नहीं है कि एग्जैक्टली यही नंबर था या नहीं, या यही इंफॉर्मेशन थी या नहीं. In that point of time, what you guys can do is delegate the responsibility to someone else. What you can do is you can actually say that, sir, I have studied that this was 120, but then I'm not sure that if the source of my information is correct or not. ना देखो, ये मैं तुमको को खराब खराब चीज सिखा रही हूँ. Okay, this is literally bad, not good. But then the thing is, this is the savior at the last point of time. Suppose आपको याद नहीं है कि 120 था या 160 था, and you want to be confident at the same time that yes sir, I have read it, it's 120. So delegate it to the source of information that I'm not sure if the source of information from where I read is correct or not. Okay. So just last step है, ये हमेशा use मत करना. If you use it more than once in your PI round, they will catch hold of you. Okay. So gaslighting is done. So अगर कोई gaslighting करने की कोशिश करे, तो how will we save ourselves? The thing I have already told. Okay. Now the second thing which I want to tell you is a very common trap. Very common trap. This trap is called as intermittent का मतलब पता है आप लोग को? Come on, verbal. Okay. Intermittent reinforcement. The ones who are related to psychology in any sense, like जो psychology पढ़े हैं उनके लिए ये terms नए नहीं होंगे, but just telling you, intermittent reinforcement is suddenly giving gifts or praises to someone in the middle of the context. Like you guys are discussing something regarding your academics and your extracurricular activity, and suddenly one of the interview panelists will start praising you like hell. अरे आप तो ओवर क्वालिफाइड है इस पोजीशन के लिए, एंड दे विल स्टार्ट स्पीकिंग ऑल दीज थिंग्स लाइक यू हैव सो मच टू डू, यू हैव डन सो मेनी थिंग्स, you are such a great, suppose you have written that you are a badminton player, okay, so he will start praising you, you should have a career there, आपको वहां पे कुछ सोचना चाहिए, and sudden praises. Now this is biological. Okay, now I'm going to use a biological hormone name, so don't get confused. इसका नाम oxytocin है. Okay, there's a hormone in the body which is the feel good hormone called as oxytocin. So oxytocin की sudden inflow की वजह से आपका दिमाग काम करना बंद कर देता है. Like there are two phases of your brain. One is amygdala, जो कि आपको instant decisions लेने पे, react करने पे मजबूर करता है. And there's a prefrontal cortex, that is a front part of your brain जिसमें लॉजिक बसता है, जहां पर आप लॉजिकली कुछ सोच कर समझ कर आंसर करते हो. तो जब ऑक्सीटोसिन बढ़ जाता है ना बॉडी में, जब बहुत खुशी होती है, प्लेजर इज एट द पीक, एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम एमिगडाला tries to shut down the prefrontal cortex, और उससे क्या होता है कि आप सोच नहीं पाते, फिर आप उस खुशी में ही कुछ कर देते हो, कुछ बोल देते हो, एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट. ओके, सो दिस इज द प्लेस वेयर यू नीड टू बी वेरी मच अवेयर ऑफ कि अगर कोई आपकी दम भर तारीफ करने लगे सडनली, ओके, एंड स्टार्ट्स टॉकिंग गुड थिंग्स अबाउट यू, you have to control your brain and not fall in the trap, because if you fall in the trap, what will happen? You will become casual. And ये बात ध्यान रहे कि PIs are generally friendly. See, my PI was very friendly, very friendly. I was super duper nervous that पता नहीं क्या पूछेंगे मुझे इंजीनियरिंग का कुछ पूछ रहा है तो मुझे कुछ भी याद नहीं है things like that. But then it was very very normal, very friendly. But friendly होना एक अलग बात है. Casual होना एक अलग बात है. Casual should not, any PI should not be casual. You are sitting there and you are going to represent yourself. So you cannot be casual. You have to be aware at every point of time. So therefore, you don't have to fall in the trap and आप खुश होके अरे नहीं सर, oh no no sir, ऐसे नहीं करना है आपको, okay? You have to be aware and just give a small smile and just avoid the conversation. आप दो तीन smiles दोगे कुछ बोलोगे नहीं तो the person will understand कि ये इस मैनिपुलेशन टेक्निक में नहीं फंसने वाला. ओके, सो मेक श्योर दैट यू आर नॉट कैरिड अवे बाय द प्रेजेस बाय द interview panelists. Okay, now the third thing which I want to tell you is again opposite of what I just told. This is called as social scalping. Social scalping. This is what aunties generally do with us in our family get-togethers. Okay, social scalping is basically they are again same thing as intermittent reinforcing, very much similar, that they are again inflating your contributions a lot and devaluing others. अरे तुम ही लोग तो अच्छे हो यार, ये लोग सब तो नालायक है, things like that. Okay, so again same purpose कि इसमें भी ऑक्सीटोसिन का फ्लो बढ़ जाता है आपके ब्रेन में तो बॉडी में, so you have to make sure that you are not carried away. Social scalping is exactly similar to intermittent reinforcement. It's just like here in social scalping, they will be devaluing others. So a way of, coming out of this manipulation technique is that, sir, I don't think that anyone is bad at anything. Yeah, they are slightly less efficient, but I believe that it's more of a practice thing. If they practice also, they will also be able to do the things. एक सबको साथ लेके चलने वाला आंसर देना चाहिए आपको इस केस में. ओके, now, opposite of what I was actually talking about is this. This is very common and all of us know this. इसे मुझे explain करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. I'm pretty sure. This is called as guilt tripping. Okay. What is guilt tripping exactly? When you are making someone feel bad about something which they have done in past, keep on telling them कि ये तुमने ऐसा किया था ना इसीलिए हुआ. अब तुम ठीक करो इसको. Okay. So guilt trip you all know, right? So how will the people in the panel send you into a guilt trip? Any idea? Of course, a very common question being asked to me again and again is regarding the academics. What will happen if my academics is not up to the mark? And this is the place where the people in the panel will play with you. They will send you to guilt trips. They will tell you, okay, tell me, why did you go wrong there? Okay, and if you just tell any weird reason, see, whenever someone asks you why did you go wrong there, if there is a medical emergency, tell them. And if there was no medical emergency and you were really out of the way at that point of time, so you can tell that I was being influenced or I was in a bad, group of friends and got influenced by them, and it's my mistake. I agree, but then try to stabilize it if someone asks you like this. But after they ask you, they will try to put you into a manipulation strategy. They will try to keep on hitting you at the same place. But yeah, 12th का marks तो काफी important होता है. This has gone down. Now, what do you think? Will it not be affecting your placements and things like that? So आपको guilt में ले जाने की कोशिश करेंगे. And how will you bring yourself out of it? You will successfully bring yourself out of this guilt tripping by saying that, sir, we cannot change the past. Okay, this did not happen with me, but I've made up this answer. So, sir, did not happen with me. Sorry, what am I saying? I wanted to say that I cannot change the past, but I can surely work on my present and change my future. So after a drop in 12, maybe I was able to come back with better scores in my college. Or if it's not so, then skip this part and say that I've been working hard in this domain now, and this is the reason why I have been also like, of course, I've performed good. Of course, you've performed good in the exam, then only you get the PI round, right? So you can say about your exam that I have performed decently in the exam, and I believe that I'll be performing much better if I get an opportunity to be a part of your B school. That's all. Simple. Okay. पास्ट पर मिट्टी पाओ वाली पॉलिसी आपको वहां पे ओरली इंग्लिश में बोलनी है और कुछ नहीं. ओके, कीप दैट इन माइंड. एंड वन मोर थिंग विच आई विल बी टेलिंग यू इज ये सबसे खतरनाक है. ओके, एंड दिस इज द मोस्ट डेंजरस थिंग विच कैन एवर हैपन टू यू इन दी like PI round. This is called as manipulative self-disclosure. Very, very dangerous. What is this? Okay, this is not very frequently done in the PI rounds, but then it can happen to you in your real life also. So this is a gyan from my side. People will come and give you a little bit of information about themselves to be more friendlier with you. For example, a panelist in the interview will say, "Oh, you're from this college." For example, he is also from that college. Okay, so he'll say like, हमने तो अपने कॉलेज टाइम में बड़े अच्छे अच्छे काम किए थे यार. वी यूज्ड टू सिट एट दिस प्लेस एट दिस बिल्डिंग एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट. Now, this is a not a technique of getting friendlier with you. He has nothing to do to get friendlier to you. वो आपको friend बना के कुछ उनका फायदा नहीं होगा. So remember that thing. Be aware of the fact that he is not here to make friends with you. Rather, this is a manipulative self-disclosure process. That means वो आपको अपने बारे में थोड़ा सा बताएंगे कि अरे हम तो उस बिल्डिंग की छत पर रातों रात बैठे रहते थे यार. लिटिल बिट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन. एंड आप क्या करोगे, फिर से सेम प्रोसेस. ऑक्सीटोसिन का बॉडी में ज्यादा फ्लो होना, आप हो जाओगे खुश कि अरे सर तो मेरे कॉलेज से है. एंड फिर आपको जो उन्होंने 10% इंफॉर्मेशन दी उसके सामने आप 110% इंफॉर्मेशन रख दोगे. सर हम लोग भी बहुत मस्ती करते थे एंड ब्ला 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 ब्ला. गए आप. यू आर स्पिलिंग आउट योर सीक्रेट्स इन फ्रंट ऑफ द पैनलिस्ट जस्ट टू बी फ्रेंडलियर. फ्रेंडली अगर आप ज्यादा हो तो उसके लिए आपको ज्यादा मार्क्स नहीं मिलेंगे. रिमेंबर दिस. ओके, दिस इज अ बैड थिंग विच यू नो. Actually, we are learning this in the MBA course only, that as an executive, we are expected to put our secrets into our belly and forget about it. Because अगर कोई हमें you understand, if you are a manager or in an executive position, you are in an executive position in a company, and कोई आपको ड्रिंक ऑफर करके या फ्रेंडशिप ऑफर करके आपसे इंफॉर्मेशन निकाल देगा तो कंपनी तो आप ही डुबा दोगे अकेले. So that is one major thing which is being taught to us in the B schools, and which will be checked in you as well, that आप अपने अंदर अपने सीक्रेट्स रख सकते हो या नहीं. सो मैनिपुलेटिव डिस्क्लोजर से बिल्कुल बच के रहना. दे विल ट्राई टू बी फ्रेंडलियर, बट आई एम नॉट सेइंग बी हॉस्टाइल टू देम. बी फ्रेंडलियर. ओह रियली सर, आई एम ग्लैड टू नो दैट यू आर फ्रॉम माय कॉलेज. बट इसके आगे अपना एक भी एक्सपीरियंस कॉलेज का मत शेयर करना. ओके, आई एम रियली सीरियस ऑन इट. हम सबने कॉलेज में बहुत बहुत बड़े बड़े चीजें किए हैं, बट we are not going to tell this to any single entity on here. Okay, so keep these things in mind. These 5 things are super super important. One more thing which is I don't find it very important, but still noting it down just because कहीं काम आ गया तो it's good, right? ये actually काफी common है, where people are going to force socially desirable actions on you. For example, ड्रॉप ईयर वालों को ये पूछा जा सकता है कि अरे जनरली तो लोग 12th कंप्लीट करने के बाद इन किसी एक स्ट्रीम में चले जाते हैं, आपने ड्रॉप क्यों लिया था, थिंग्स लाइक दैट. ओके, सो लोग जो जनरली करते हैं, अगर आपने कुछ भी उनसे हटकर किया है, सो दे विल पुट यू इनटू प्रेशर. ओके, बाय सेइंग दैट ऐसा तो जनरली होता नहीं है, आपने क्यों किया. सो एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू बी नर्वस बिकॉज ऑफ दैट. एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम यू वुड बी fully confident and stating कि हाँ सर इसलिए इसलिए किया. Okay, and this will happen if you are prepared. This will not happen if you have not seen my video, and if you don't know that it is a manipulative strategy. आप sure नहीं होंगे, आप perfectly ready नहीं होंगे इस question के लिए. और अगर आप ready नहीं होंगे किसी question के लिए तो of course you will feel nervous. Okay, done. So this is the 6 techniques which the panelists do use to actually manipulate you during the interview round. But in the coming video, I'll tell you the process. Apart, see, I just told you how to save yourself from each of these manipulation techniques. But I have something additional to speak of as well. But the video is going a little longer, so I'll not say this in this one. Let me keep this for the second video where I'll be talking about how to save yourself from these manipulation techniques in the PI round. All right. And don't forget to catch me up live at 10 p.m. on Monday. Okay. For the TISSNET preparation, 1 month full strategy. आपके आसपास में किसी को भी उसकी जरूरत हो तो definitely share that, because sharing is caring, right? I only want you people to share and subscribe to my channel because that will help my family to grow stronger. And one very important thing कि Instagram handle को follow करना मत भूलना, because even if you are a working professional, you are preparing for MBA, you are not preparing for MBA, you are in the college, wherever you are, something which is very essential for a person to become a personality is to know the things happening around them. एंड आप सभी के पास बहुत कम टाइम है, मुझे पता है. दैट्स व्हाई आई एम कमिंग अप विद स्मॉल कैप्सूल्स वेयर यू जस्ट वुड बी knowing what is happening around you in a matter of few seconds through my current affairs and static GK in notes. So not just for any examination, but for your personal growth as well. It's very essential to follow the current affairs and static GK so that कल को informally भी अगर आप किसी के साथ बात कर रहे हो तो आप facts and figures के साथ वहां पर उस सर्कल में सबसे ज्यादा इंटेलेक्चुअल बनकर निकलो. And with this, I'll end this video and expect to see you all tomorrow at 10 p.m. on the channel Let's Crack Verbal A to Z. Okay, so see you guys. Till then, take care of yourself, and I'll see you. Bye bye.